ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport.
Does it?
No, it does not.
I mean, fantasy baseball takes like every second of your life, doesn't it? I don't know. I'm back. What's up, boys and girls? Happy Monday. It is game week. You had your draft this weekend, didn't you? You had one of your. How many drafts did you have this weekend, birthday boy?
0.
None?
All next weekend.
All next weekend. I got another one tomorrow, and then another one next Tuesday. That Tuesday weekend. Hope you had good birthday week. Or wait, it's his birthday week, not everybody's. Well, it was our birthday weekend as well. Thanks to everybody who came out to the big birthday bash out at Ex-Novo on Saturday. It was a good time. It is your opening drive on 95.9 FM at AM 610, the Sports Animal. We are now officially 31 years old here at the radio station. The show is 17 years old, and JJ is, well, he just turned another year older yesterday. Wish him a happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, sir.
How was your birthday?
It was chill.
Chill is good.
And it was very nice.
Chill is good. All right, you watched some football over the weekend?
Football.
You get Hawaii with a walk-off over an ACC team. I don't care if they're Stanford. That's a walk-off over an ACC team. You get Idaho State, realize, they might not be the pushover you think they're going to be next week when they come to University Stadium as they push UNLV to the brink.
Playoffs.
I mean, just saying, man. They're just, we got a ton to do on a Monday. Jason Eck is going to be with us at 8:00, the Lobo football coach, as we go into game week. The Lobos at Michigan. They now know who the quarterback will be. I don't know if I thought this was a given, but I thought it was going this way. Michigan is going with the freshman Bryce Underwood as quarterback instead of Mikey Keene, the big recruit, the number 1 overall recruit in last year's signing class. Remember, he was going to LSU. He just flipped his commitment just because, maybe they paid him more. But he's from nearby Belleville, Michigan, which is near Ann Arbor. So he beat out Mikey Keene. Davis Warren was also in on that as well. He's 6'4", 228. He won 38 straight games in high school, and he will be. So this is going to be a big deal, man. There's going to be a lot of eyes on this game, and we'll talk to Jason Eck. There's not a lot of scouting you can do, I imagine, against him. You know what they're going to do. He's going to run the ball. We'll talk to Coach Eck coming up, as we will every Monday at 8:00 this morning, about getting ready for Michigan and how his team's preparing. And I'm interested in a lot of things because this is the first of everything, right? First this, first that. I mean, it's everything for all these guys as Lobos. How does this thing, how do you prepare? How do you get them ready? How do you control the awe factor, right, of playing in that place? I know there's a lot of things that you'd like to talk to them about as well.
Hey, going in to the first game of the Jason Eck era in Ann Arbor, the hype surrounding a 5-star quarterback, number 1 recruit in this class, plus a Michigan kid for Michigan getting the start. What can you throw at him? What are you going to be able to throw at him? And, what is Michigan going to want to do? Because Michigan, last year with their quarterbacks, they were 130 out of 134 in passing. Mm-hmm. And that is 129 yards per game. So I don't see them just because they have this 5-star kid running a spread offense out there. So it's still going to be physical football. I'm really interested to see what Underwood does in terms of his running ability, how much his quarterback run playing for Michigan. But, this is what week 1 is all about. It's being able to adapt to the moment.
That's right. I look, Michigan's going to run the ball down your throat if they can. It's a Big Ten football team with a Big Ten offensive line, with Big Ten backs, with Big Ten mentality, and that's what they do. I mean, that's how they beat Ohio State. They jammed it down their neck, right? That's what they're going to try to do to you. I promise you, because I've looked at the numbers, and I know you have as well, that they are bigger than you. They feel that they're more physical than you, and so you have a challenge. I mean, they just are bigger, right? They've got this gigantic, big offensive line. So go do your thing and learn from it and grow from it and enjoy the experience, but be competitive. And what are you getting out of Bryce Underwood? You're going to get, look, he too is going to be making his first start. There's going to be some nerves there too. But this kid is the future for them. I told you they wanted to buy a quarterback last year. They bought one, right? I've told you that story a bunch of times. Well, they went out and bought one. This kid was going to LSU, and they gave him a bunch of money. So you got that. Over the weekend in college football, you had Farmageddon. Did you catch a little Farmageddon? Iowa State, Kansas State, and Dublin, Ohio. In Dublin, Ireland. Did you catch it on the road? 24-21, Iowa State over Kansas State in a big early season Big 12 matchup, two of the better teams in the Big 12. And it was a good game. It was an interesting game. It was hard to watch because the rain washed all the damn lines off the field, so you didn't know where the hell they were on the field. But it was a good watch. I didn't sit there and stare at it. But it was good. I did, after the birthday bash, did go home, and I was super interested in watching UNLV Idaho State on the Mountain West.
Same. Locked in.
Yeah. Idaho State can play, dude. This is a team that's coming in to University Stadium next week that I know you all are just considering a win because it's an FBS team. They threw the ball 50 times. Their quarterback's name is Jordan Cook. He threw for 380 yards against the Rebels, but he had three interceptions. The one in the end zone when they were driving, going right to left as we were watching, we just chucked it into the end zone from the 3-yard line. Like, what was that? They were running the ball. They were moving the ball. Receivers were open. I don't know if it's their scheme or UNLV's defense was really bad, but Idaho State had open receivers running around the field all night.
Oh, yeah, they spread them out. The quarterback showed some athleticism, too, and it was one where, as you said, it's the difference in that game was decision making. And you're like, okay, this is why, yeah, you're throwing the football around for 380 yards, but Idaho State quarterback. The Rebels, I was really interested to see what they were going to do, and boy, did they lean into that run. The athleticism of the quarterbacks. Jaden Thomas went off for them in that offense.
No, he's really nice. But they gave up 555 yards of offense to Idaho State. Dason Brooks ran for 132 yards for Idaho State. Like, I don't know, and we'll get a better idea as we move forward. If UNLV's defense just is not very good, offensively, they're going to be fine. Calandria was good. I thought their quarterback, I think they found a quarterback. Calandria looked nice. I think he's going to grow into it. And then they've got the Alex Orji factor when they want to run the Michigan transfer in there and just run the football. Right? But Idaho State, man, I mean, Cook threw the ball around. That Dason Brooks ran for, 132 and 2 touchdowns? That's not a gimme game next week. That's just...
It's not, because of the way Idaho State plays offensively. They're not scared to spread you out, push the football downfield, showed some athleticism. That's an eye-popping number of yards, even in game one, but for UNLV. And said that their athleticism, we kind of figured it was going to be a lot of that quarterback run game, and Orji had the go-ahead touchdown on 4th down. Play kept it, went to his left, put him ahead. But, man, UNLV could just never squash Idaho State. And if you're Idaho State, you're saying, okay, this is a way we can play. We take away those turnovers, watch out.
They could have won that game. And they get Southern Utah next on the road, and then they come here. They don't play a home game until September 20th when they play something called Lincoln out of California. I've heard of a lot of California schools. I don't know what that one is. But, yeah, that's their play-down game, I guess. But they're playing up a bit. Fresno State went to Kansas, scored early, and never again. They were up early, and Kansas – I said Kansas State, I meant Kansas. And Kansas just shut them down the rest of the way. Fresno State did not have 500 yards of offense. In fact, they barely had 200 yards of offense. And after that first possession, they were completely shut down, had nothing, no real answers for Jalen Daniels, who threw for 3 touchdowns for the Jayhawks. And a good Big 12 team was a lot better than Fresno State. Matt Entz's first game as the Bulldog head coach. I don't know what that means with Fresno State is. I think they played a pretty good team on the road in Kansas.
I think we're going to see a lot of this from Mountain West schools early in the season.
Okay.
What Hawaii was able to do into that was very good. But I think when we see some of these bigger matchups, these Mountain West teams, there's a lot of turnover, and there's a lot of teams that think they can be something, not quite there yet. So when you get to conference play, I think you are going to see a lot of tight football games.
Yeah, I think because a lot of teams are going to look like each other. Yeah, I think that's right. You mentioned Hawaii. Big win. Big win for Timmy Chang. Big win for that program. We said, why was Hawaii favored? This is really weird. Were they favored by 1.5, 2 points, something like that? They win by 3 on a walk-off field goal by a young Japanese kicker who, I think they told you 15 times on the broadcast, taught himself to kick via YouTube in Japan and went to school in the Midwest. He had to dig hard to find this junior college in the Midwest where the young kicker went to school, and then he comes on and kicks the winner at the gun. And I don't know. Did you hear anything on Alajado's injury? Because that looked like something.
Toughed it out.
Yeah, but it kind of looked like he might have been playing through something way more serious. And I've not seen anything. Remember, you guys all remember Micah Alejado. He's the freshman who made his first career start against the Lobos last game of last season and went bonkers. Just went, what did he throw for 5 touchdowns and 1.5 million yards.
Sliced and diced them.
Just beat the Lobos up. Well, he's their starting quarterback, and he had a leg injury, and he was playing on one leg. And because when you saw the injury, you're like, damn, dude's done for the season. Came back, and that's the kind of JJ, I'm just telling you, after they do imaging, he might still be out. I don't want to play doctor, but that's the kind of stuff you're going, damn, dude could barely put weight on it. But give him credit because he's got onions and went out there and was the difference. He was the difference, and they beat an ACC team. A bad ACC team, fine. But there's, Andrew Luck and Frank Reich on the other side. There's a lot of NFL there. I think they're going to get better, but they beat Stanford, and they're 1-0. That's a huge win for that program.
Absolutely. Put it on the board. It's a team from the ACC, Power 4 conference opponent. got them to come to the island, got the big win, and I was discussing this last week, and I know this is kind of right up your alley. When you talk about just teams that just feel irrelevant, right? And it used to be like the Orlando Magic for a while. You're like, what are they doing? Dude, Stanford and Cal, being the ACC,
Fair.
have become two of the most irrelevant colleges in Division I athletics.
Yeah, because they don't feel like they belong anywhere, and they're not very good at anything right now. Yeah,
And I'm talking about over schools that are in Conference USA. That. Like, it's, what are they doing?
And Stanford, if you go back, has one of the best overall athletic programs, period. Like, I'm not just football and men's basketball, but overall, first of all, they got so many teams, but historically, they're just national championships, and, whether it's water polo, women's volleyball, men's volleyball, rowing, pick it, baseball. I mean, they've been a great, historically wonderful program. I can't argue with you. I can't argue with you. One other one I want to hit on, Conference USA. That's the Aggies League. Western Kentucky looked really good, and Tyson Helton's the coach there. I think Tyson Helton's a really good coach, and if they win this year, he's remember. God dog it, what's his first? Helton was the coach at USC. Now it's Georgia Southern. Is it Craig Helton? Clay Helton. This is his brother. But Tyson is doing a hell of a job there, and they put up a lot of yards, over 506 yards against Sam Houston, but more so they put up a lot of points. Western Kentucky put it on Sam Houston 41-24 in a Conference USA game. All right, 505-246-0610. That's how to get here today. Your texts are already coming in. Your emails are already coming in. 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com. JJ@sportsanimалabq.com. On the X, it's _JJ Buck. On the Facebook, the OD and the AM. Adrian's producing on ProView Networks. We're on Xfinity Channel 26 and on the ProView Networks YouTube channel. When we get back, big weekend in baseball, and the NFL finishes off their final season. Micah makes news. He ate nachos. He said, phone me. He took a nap, but he did not sign. We'll get into all that, Cowboy fan, because how can we not? Oh, and the dumper. Oh, it's something else. Hey, summer is coming towards an end. Next weekend, I guess, is the unofficial end of summer. How's your car looking headed into fall? Make sure it looks good. Make sure it feels good. Make sure it's something you want to be in. Call On the Spot Automotive Detailing. You've got all that summer yuck on it, don't you? Adventures, kids, road trips. Get it taken care of. What the auto dealers do is detail their vehicle. What you can do is detail your vehicle and have that new car look, feel, and smell. The day you took it off the lot was fun. You can have that back without the day you took it off the lot price by calling On the Spot Automotive Detailing, and they come to you. They detail your vehicle at your convenience. That means when and where it works for you. You don't take it anywhere. Talk to them about paint protection film, ceramic coating. Protect the outside as well. It's one of your biggest investments, and you're going to have it a while. It's your vehicle. Take care of it. On the Spot Automotive Detailing. Book and buy. It's all online at otsdetailing.com. That will be otsdetailing.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride barbecue chicken and ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf.
OD in your AM on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports App. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, it was his birthday yesterday. Come by and wish him a happy birthday. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com and JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. All right, so Micah took a little lay down on the table. He had some nachos. Some Falcon fan yelled at him, "Hey, come play for the Falcons," and he gave him the, hit me sign, call me. Look, man, what did you expect? Everybody's losing their freaking mind over this whole thing. Oh, he didn't need to do that. And what did you expect? What do you want him to do? Well, I want him to sign. Okay, cool. Everybody wants him to sign. But like, Jerry's out there bumping his gums with Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith thinks he's got the greatest gets in the history of journalism, right? And it was a good get, don't get me wrong. And everybody, so you expect him not to talk? The other guy's telling you how, and by the way, was I pretty damn close to my theory on where Jerry is? He thought he had a handshake deal.
100%.
I mean, I nailed it, right? Which was what was coming out, and he felt he had a deal. Look, I've listened to everything on this thing. From Jerry Jones is an 82-year-old billionaire, and he sat down with a 25-year-old, and he's trying to fleece him. I don't know that he's trying to fleece him or not. He's trying to get a deal. Jerry is old school, thought he had a deal. If Micah wasn't going to honor the deal, then why sit down and take the meeting? Micah's a pretty smart dude, right? You've heard Micah on his podcast.
Yeah, I think this is one where we realize the agent has a lot of influence with Micah Parsons. And if Micah wanted to get this done, it would be done. But now you have two guys that do not want to look bad that are kicking sand at each other.
So what do you expect on Sunday or Saturday or Friday, whatever the hell they play?
Should he even be out there if he's going to be like that?
It's a fair question. That's a totally fair question. Should he be out
sit in a box somewhere then, but like now you are being a distraction for your football.
Yeah, I think that's right. So you're kind of like, all right, what's Micah doing? I think I'm there too. Like, honestly, you can say, what harm does it do for him to lay down on the table? What harm does it do? He knows the cameras are there. He knows that becomes the story. And I think he does it because he knows that. And his point was, I'm going to make a point. Right? Well, yeah, it takes away from everything that's going on. Well, Jeff, it's just a third preseason game. Nobody's playing. Who the hell cares? Well, you did because you watched it and you cared. Right? I don't think you're wrong. It could have been him sitting up in a suite. And now Brian Schottenheimer's got to deal with this. And I'm not sure how he's supposed to deal with it, although I am. He's a first-year head coach trying to get his team ready to open up the season against the defending Super Bowl champions on a Thursday night. He's dealing with all the crap you deal with as a first-time head coach, or as a head coach, period. And his best player is doing this. He's got the hold on. I don't want to say doing this. But doing this is right because what happened on Friday night. Can he reel that in? Can he go to him and say, hey, Micah, like why? Be a team, have that conversation. You're part of a team. Because Micah's going to say, look, go talk to your owner. I think Schottenheimer's in a tough spot, too.
It's a very tough spot. He wants to make his mark as a first-year coach, show what he can do, that he deserves to have this opportunity, deserves to have this job. He was trying to be positive about the whole Parsons situation. Yeah, we expect him to be here week one. Let's go. And what he has to deal with is just some dude moping along the sidelines, laying down.
Yeah.
And it's a guy that you'd walk over and be like, sir, can I see your pass? Like, what are you doing down here? Why are you here? And now this is on Parsons, too. He's making a show out of it himself, and everyone screams at Jerry Jones. And, yeah, we know Jerry's on record now, and he wants a drama. He's all about this. He loves this. They're in the headlines. But if you're Micah Parsons, you're just playing his game the exact same way now.
Yeah, I'll absolutely right. They're both, culpable. They're both on this thing. Do you think it gets done? I don't remember CeeDee Lamb or Dak Prescott doing this crap, do you?
No, not where it was Jerry being this adamant that a deal was done, making comments about the agent, and those guys just like loafing around, scrubbing everything and showing, oh, man, I don't have the Cowboys on my social media anymore.
Yeah. I just don't. I don't get the point. All right, I want to get this thing back on track. 505-246-0610. There's a lot more football to get through. Cuts are coming in. Roster moves. We'll let you know. I got to get into the Shiloh Sanders thing. We got to hit Tommy Fleetwood. When we get back, though, baseball was big this weekend. A big day for the Dodgers yesterday. We want to hit that. Tommy Fleetwood finally wins. Was that the one to win? Was it worth holding out for? Hell yes, it was. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
Turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies. past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Shohei Ohtani evidently speaks English well enough to go back at the heckler, to understand what he's saying, and to go back at him after he hit the home run. Dodgers leave San Diego in a dead, flat-footed tie with the Padres. I know it's the Padres. It was Ross Porter, longtime voice, or one of the longtime voices of the Dodgers, longtime guy. They used to call them the Padres all the time. Padres. But they are flat, dead heated. 74 and 57 each. How many? What's 74 and 57? Is 7 and 5 is how many? That's 1/3. So there's like about 30-something games left.
31 games left.
31 games left. That's 30-something, right? That's about 30-something. Rockies should hit 100 losses here within about a week and a half. They need to win 5 more games in their last 31 to avoid being the worst team in the history of baseball.
About them Pirates. 4 in a row over the Rockies.
Yeah, that's another really good team.
Colorado over the weekend became the first team officially eliminated from postseason contention.
All right. There you go.
Had a chance and then just stubbed their toe against the Pirates.
The Pirates, who were 24 games. Okay, I want you to hear this. The Pirates are 24 games out of first place in the National League Central. Okay, 24 back of the Brewers. And they are 20 games better than the Rockies. They are 20 games better than the Rockies. That's just. What was the magic number for run differential to set the record? Because they're at minus 349 right now, so they got to be closing in on the big league record as well, which is just tremendous. And then there's the big dumper. Cal Raleigh yesterday hit 2 home runs, goes yaya twice, and becomes the all-time leader in home runs in a season for a primary catcher. 49, which is just a season for the dumper. Major league leading 48th and 49th home run yesterday. That breaks Salvador Perez's mark from 2021. He's your MVP, right? I know there's still they're in judge conversation.
What he's doing, he is absolutely locked in AL MVP. The homers, multiple home run games, 9 now on the season. It's unbelievable, and to me, yeah, he is locked in the AL MVP.
If they don't make the playoffs, is he still the MVP? It'll be tougher then, right? They're right there, a half game separated from the Yankees, and that's your other guy. Yankees, the wild card right now is the Red Sox, Yankees, and Mariners, and the Royals are 3 games deep. I got to see the Royals the other night. Tigers beat the Royals. Tigers are 10.5 games clear. Dude, Comerica Park.
Was it buzzing?
So it's really kind of fun to go to new ballparks, period, right? So it's always fun to go to a new ballpark. I saw the Tigers and Royals Friday night in Detroit. And great seats along the third baseline. And thank you. And the ballpark is kind of one of my favorites now. But you got a team that's the best team in the American League, and it's late in the season, and the second place team was in town to start a series. Yeah, it was buzzing. It was really, really, really cool. They wore their City Connects, the Motor City uniforms that night. The ballpark is just great. But I know I told you this story, but I'm going to share this. So sometimes, like the right thing happens. Sometimes it's like, yeah, that's a feel-good story. So Addie and I were at the ball game. A gentleman on our right was a guy, middle-aged gentleman, really, really cool dude. He bought around. I bought around. Good guy from Maine. He drove in from Maine. He's a Tigers fan. So we really liked him. And the guy on my left was a young man, 27 years old. Grew up in Detroit. Big, long beard. Works in construction. Was thrilled to be at the game. He grew up in foster homes, in the foster care system. Was telling me about his dad who's incarcerated and why he was incarcerated, why he hates his dad. I got this young man just really needed.
I need to talk to you today, sir.
He seriously. He's like, wow, I sometimes I don't ever have anybody to talk to, and I know I'm talking. I'm like, no, man, go. Go. Like, well, he really appreciated it. Was thrilled to be at a baseball game. The fact that he was at the Tigers game was a big deal. He works in construction, as I told you, and the guy who owns the company had the seats and gave him the tickets. And it was just him. He was by himself. Had a couple beers. It was just good young man. So about the 7th inning, foul ball comes our way. We're about 10 rows back up behind the third base dugout. And, you stand up, and I realize, okay, well, I'm 1 seat in, or 2 seats in. And so he's on the aisle. Well, he goes down the aisle to go towards where it's going to bounce. And the ball hits the concrete stairs, goes up high in the air, and he goes up and high points it, and he got the foul ball. And he comes back to the seat, and he was stoked. He hugged me. I gave him a hug. And the dude was holding the baseball, JJ, like it was the most precious thing in the world, and it might have been. Like holding it like in two hands, right, in front of him, and just like, he was so stoked. He called his mom. Or he called, so I imagine it was his mom. I don't know who he called. To say he got a ball. He's like, do you want to touch it? Do you want to, like, it was so cool, dude. It was, if anybody in that ballpark should have got a baseball that day, as far as I'm concerned, it should have been that young man. It was such a cool feel good for me. It was like, damn. And he's like, he actually offered it to Addie. And I'm like, no. Addie's like, no, because Addie got one at the Isotopes like 2 weeks back, and then she got one at a Phillies game last year. She's like, no, I've got a few. Like it's like, you do? Wow, okay. Like it was just, I don't know.
What a moment.
Yeah, sometimes it's, and I might remember that more than any play in the baseball game. There were some great plays, and I mean, the Tigers are good. The Royals are pretty good too. But I'll remember that more than anything I remember about that ballpark. Well, the carousels that are all tigers instead of horses was pretty cool too. All right, baseball stuff's there for you. But Dodger fan, you feeling better now? I don't know. How do you feel as you're headed now into the stretch with 31 games to go? Feel any better? Steve from Michigan says, happy birthday, JJ. Jeff, hope you enjoyed the Tigers game Friday and enjoyed watching Carl Yastrzemski's grandson play against the Tigers. I don't think he was in the lineup. This one says, happy 31st, KNML, the sports animal. So Tommy Fleetwood wins on the golf course. Scotty Scheffler finished in the number 4 spot. Not one of his better games, but still the best. Welcome back, Jeff, John, and the Duke City. All right, Jason X going to be with us coming up at 8 o'clock, Mobile Football Coach. It is game week. Dude, it is so cold in this studio. I brought a hoodie. That was like the last thing I did. I got to put it, now I got to utilize it. We're going to talk with the Global Football Coach, as it is now game week. We'll do that every Monday at 8 o'clock. That's coming up. So stay with us here on the Sports Animal. Hey, who watches your home when you're not there? Could be the bad guys. I'd prefer it to be the good guys. That's why I trust International Protective Service. IPS watches my home. There's never been a bigger demand for affordable private security, and that's what IPS is. Affordable private security in an era where you need affordable private security because property crime's on the rise. The officer shortage continues to be something that we all have to deal with. IPS responds to alarms that go off that they monitor within 5 to 7 minutes. Police just can't do that because there's not enough of them. They have officers strategically placed all around town, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. That means they can respond quickly. Often they catch criminals in the act. They detain them. The police come pick them up. IPS will provide you standing guards. If you want eyes on your property around the clock, they install alarms and camera systems. They have a state-of-the-art facility monitoring those cameras 24/7, and it raises the level of security around your home and around your business. Look, a quick response to your alarm, standing guards at your business. This is what IPS does. You sleep better at night. You've worked too hard to build what you've got to let the bad guys just come in and destroy it. Call IPS, 505-897-2420. 505-897-2420. They're online at ipsglobal.com. IPS is passionate about making Albuquerque and Santa Fe better and safer places to live and work.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
From the
cool. I mean, I root for him with the Ryder Cup coming up in a couple weeks, and he's going to be on that Ryder Cup team, and all of his buddies were there, Ryder Cup buddies. It was pretty cool.
It was really cool because you're sitting there going, all right, there's Scotty Scheffler, and guess what? He's human.
Mm-hmm. He missed putts all week.
And went into the water.
Yeah, and then rinsed one. Yep.
And the pressure of Tommy Fleetwood, who 2 weeks ago, a 2-shot lead that evaporated in that position once again with those big name guys breathing down his neck, and he got the job done.
Yeah, no, it was really cool to see that. And so Tommy Fleetwood is your FedEx Cup champion. Which team won the Live? I was watching Live on the plane coming in, actually, because I was watching John Rahm play Mickelson in a match play thing. They had like the Live, and it was in Michigan. It was in Detroit. Like I could have done that on Friday. I don't know. Send me the email. Why didn't I do that? Because I had other stuff too. But that would have actually been pretty cool to do. If I'd have thought that one out, I might have gone and done that. Probably could have got a media pass for that one too. I'm going to guess that one's not too strict. You might not have had to pay $70 for media parking either. I'm just saying.
You could have been standing on the tee with those guys.
Yeah. Get in a hole! Mashed potatoes! Yeah, I promise you I would have been that dude, though. Yeah. So that happened over the weekend. Also over the weekend, New Mexico United and Louisville. What is it? Lou City? What do we call this team? Lou City
Louisville.
FC? Yeah, but what, Louisville FC, what are they? United FC, what are they? Do they have a name?
Lou City.
That's just Lou City.
Louisville City.
All right, 0-0, which was considered to be quite the feat because nobody had been taking points from Lou City. And so the best team in the USL Championship was Lou City. And New Mexico United went in there and they get a point. So even though they've not won in, 8 games now, JJ? Was it like 2.5 months they haven't won a game? Right?
Yes, without a win in their last 8 games.
All right. But this was a big deal, and this was a great success now that they're in 7th place in the standings, correct?
I wouldn't say it's a great success. You got a point. Still winless. Come back. Try to salvage something with some of the additions that they've had on the back line. Kalen Ryden coming back from injury. They had a defender on loan from MLS squad in Minnesota. And so they're trying to piece it back together.
All right, and they should have, and I haven't stared at this, and I probably should, because of their schedule. They always have a game at hand or two, and they always have a bunch of home matches towards the back end of the season.
7 of their last 11.
Yeah, are at home. Now, it's not like they'd be killing it at home. But they get out of there with a point, and is this a team that you think threatens? I mean, everybody's telling, they're going to threaten, though, when it's there. I watched that game where they got beat 4-0 by, was it Connecticut on national TV? Remember they played, at the time, was the last place team in the East, but they're not anymore. Hartford, Connecticut, whatever. And everybody was telling me that this might be the best team in the West. I don't know that I've watched enough. I did watch them play Tulsa. Is there a chance that this team makes a run, do you think?
Yes, because the format plays into that.
Okay. They got to make the playoffs, and they are tied with Orange County for the final playoff spot, 3 points clear of Colorado Springs and Monterey Bay. You got to get in the playoffs first. You got to start winning some matches. 1 point here, 1 point there probably isn't going to get it done. At some point, you got to start winning, right?
That is very helpful when you're trying to make the postseason.
Just saying.
To win.
Yeah. All right. And then the Isotopes are going to go on the road. They go to, where are they going next? I can see it all the way over there. They're going to Sugarland. They're going to go to Sugarland. They lost yesterday to Las Vegas. Are they mathematically eliminated yet? What?
I have to do some math on the second half standing.
Like the Rockies are? I know. Look at, when was the last time? I don't like the way they do this. The last time United won. All right, they're back home on Saturday against Sacramento. Then they go to San Antonio, and then they get 2 at home against Detroit and FC Tulsa. And then they're going to have two big away games against the two teams that are right behind them in the standings. So you'll see where they are at that point. But those could end up being really, really big, determining not where they sit in the playoffs, but if they get the playoffs. So you got all that for you. All right, 505-246-0610. The text line says Scheffler won $18 million as the year-long champion and a bonus as well before the 3 tournaments. Now, no, he's fine. I'm not telling you he didn't make a bunch of money. He's fine. And these FedEx Cup tournaments, I mean, they paid big. What this guy finished 4th in that tournament? I think is where it was. It was Cantlay was 2nd. Henley was 2nd. Henley and Cantlay. Connor and Scheffler finished tied for 4th. 4 strokes back. So Scott, we feel bad for Scotty. He only made $2.6 million this week.
Dang.
Yeah. I mean, I was supposed to survive on that. What?
You changed rules.
I mean, he won the BMW the week before. He made 3.6, and he won the St. Jude the week before. So in August, he won 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost about $8 million in August, and then he won the Open in July. So it's about $11 million over the summer in those 2 months.
It's quality work.
I mean, it's all right, isn't it? See, I mean, what a year he's had. The PGA Championship paid him 3.42. The Masters, which he didn't win, he finished 4th. He won over $1 million. Won $1 million at the Genesis. Yeah, he's fine. I think he's okay. I got to add all this up. Jason Eck's going to be with us when we get back. Global football coach. It is game week. They're playing Michigan. You might have heard. Looking forward to the conversation with Jason Eck next on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
The NFL, the Super Bowl, the NCAA tournament, and the Final Four. Now it's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Well, it's game week. Finally, in some places, maybe too quick in others, but it is game week for Lobo football. Saturday, NBC, 7:30 Eastern Time, 5:30 here. The Lobos will be in the big house. They will take on the Michigan Wolverines. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. The conversation with Jason Eck is sponsored by Eco Electric. Get your home or business ready for shorter daylight hours with new outdoor lighting from Eco Electric, a great security feature. Call Eco Electric at 433-3574. He is the first-year head coach at the University of New Mexico. Will coach his first game as Lobo head coach on Saturday. Jason Eck joins us this morning on the Sports Animal. Good morning, Jason. How you living?
Doing well there, Jeff and JJ. Thanks for having me on, fellas.
Well, appreciate you spending some time with us. Does it feel any different? You wake up this week. I mean, you're in game week preps instead of camp, and so I guess there's got to be some sort of a good little buzz around there.
Yeah, it's exciting. Training camp's so long now. Now you're here like a month. It's like 31 days from when you start to when you play. So there definitely is the light at the end of the tunnel. We get to go and play a football game Saturday night.
All right, you're going up against a heck of an opponent. Now you know the quarterback. How do you scout them with Bryce Underwood? You know they're big. You know they're going to run the football. They're a Big Ten football team that loves to run. But yet they've got this shiny toy that I know they want to show off. The number 1 recruited quarterback. Were you expecting him as you guys were putting your scout together on this?
We were expecting him the whole time. Again, we saw him in the spring game. He went with the first group in the spring game. We did scout some of his high school film just to see what kind of athlete he was. He did a great job at Belleville. Won back-to-back state titles, and they're still Michigan. I think their recipe, they're still going to want to run the ball. I don't think their run game is going to change tremendously, even though they have a new offensive coordinator. I do think the new OC who came over from North Carolina, they'll have a few new wrinkles and things, but stopping the run still becomes a big factor when you play a Big Ten team like them.
What's your message to your football team as you go in this one, right? I mean, you're going to every game to win a football game. So when you look at this opponent, how do you keep your guys grounded and realize, look, worry about what you do and not so much about what they do?
Yeah, we're going to go and play to win. I mean, that's everything we talked about. We're going to be aggressive and play to win the game. The things I'm going to be the most focused on, though, are just the things that that we can control. How hard we play. I think to have a chance in a game like this, you got to play harder than the other team. And I do think when you have an opportunity like we do, I look at it that way. I think we have an opportunity to do something a lot more special than probably they do going into this game. So that should reflect it with the effort that we play with. And then we got to play really good, just assignment football. We got to make sure we're lining up right. We're not having misalignments on defense. We're not having pre-snap penalties. It's nothing where the Lobos are beating the Lobos. I mean, they have some great individual players, so we're going to lose some one-on-one battles, in the game. And I can live with that because that stuff that doesn't necessarily carry over once you get into, games as the season goes on. But if you're having self-inflicted mistakes, those are things that can get you beat by any team you play all year, let alone a team who's a top 10 team.
Coach, you look at the last 31 days as you discussed the time in camp. What were some of the things you're really drilling into the team to have that foundation for week one that you want to build off of? You just discussed you're not beating yourselves. How do you go about doing those things in practice?
Well, one thing I think we've really worked at is our physicality up front on both sides of the ball. I knew that was an area we had to make great strides in. We're both running the ball and stopping the run. That's usually a great recipe for winning games. I've looked at our pre-snap and post-snap penalties. It's something we really have to make a big improvement on because we've been one of the more penalized teams in the country the last few years here at New Mexico that way. And then, you're just looking, I have our coaches grade out in our scrimmages, the guys on the effort they're playing with. How many times are they loafing? How many times are they playing with maximum effort? And then how many times guys are just doing their job, let alone making a play, but just being in the right position, getting lined up right, doing your assignment correctly, because I think that's a starting point of, not beating yourself doing those things.
Louisville football coach Jason Eck joining us on the opening drive. And, Coach, you made Jack Lane the starter, and you've talked about competition. You still want to push these guys, but as you've started to solidify certain positions, how have you seen those players start to come together, those units, as you try to lock in the starters, but no, you still want competition, you still want that growth?
Yeah, I think we got what we wanted with the quarterback thing. It was a very close battle. It wasn't like a complete knockout, but we thought Jack had a lead, and we named him the starter. And I really think our one offense showed great improvements last week. Just getting the chemistry with the receivers, getting the chemistry with the O-line. We had our first 2-minute drill where we went down and had a nice touchdown drive by the offense, which was good to see by the ones. So I think that really helped out. And, we're pretty keyed into most spots. We have a few positions where we're going to rotate a couple guys anyway. So who goes out first isn't as big a consideration because, we're going to play both the guys anyway. But we're pretty dialed in now about our lineup here as we get into this last few days before the game.
Jason, I said this when you selected Jack as quarterback. I figured if it was close, especially going into the atmosphere you're going to go into, a guy who's played at Austin Stadium, who's played a lot of college football, as opposed to a guy who would be taking his first snap in an environment like that. It felt to me, if it was close, and then the edge would go to a guy who's done that before that might not be as wide-eyed going in. Did that play into it at all?
We really tried to focus mostly on what was on the field this year. I think that is a benefit of Jack Lane. I think Autzen Stadium is a similar atmosphere, to the Big House and things. So, him having been there, I think is an advantage. But as far as selecting who it was going to be, we really focused what guys have put on the tape during fall camp, and Jack had a lead there. But I think that's a nice intangible thing about Jack, that he's been in tough environments.
Where are you health-wise headed in? Wide receiver has been an issue during camp. So as you start this season, where are you as far as injuries and stuff?
We're coming along pretty good. Keegan Johnson has gotten back and looked good in practice the last week, so we're expecting him, which is encouraging. We got a few guys who are nicked up, but mostly more 2s and 3s type guys. I think we're going to end up getting everybody back who we projected to be a starter. Tevin Shaw is rotating back in, which was good. He missed quite a bit of camp, but we're making progress there. And something about game week, I think, makes everyone feel better. They're a little excited, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's a couple more guys who come off the injury report today when we get the meeting.
It's amazing, right? I don't have to practice him, and now I get to play. I feel good, Coach. I feel a hell of a lot better. He's Jason Eck, the Lobo football coach, with us on The Sports Animal. You mentioned Michigan Stadium, the big house, and you did this last year, and you've done this over the years. You're going to a place where it's a different atmosphere than maybe you play on a weekly basis, and you're going to have guys on your team who've never played in a place like that. How do you deal with the off factor? I've heard coaches say, when we walk through the day before, you say, okay, fine, look around and do your wide-eyed stuff now, but it's just another football field when you get here on Saturday. How do you deal with the off factor and not letting these guys, hoping these guys don't get too wide-eyed and get hit in the face early?
Yeah, I mean, we are going to go to the stadium early, and that's something that I typically don't do for most games. When we go play San Jose State, we're not going to go to the stadium early, right. But we are going to go to the stadium on Friday, take a look around, try to get that out of the way. But, we've talked about that with the players. I mean, obviously they have great tradition, great history, but we're not playing against Tom Brady on Saturday. We're not. None of those 107, 110,000, whatever it is. None of those people are coming down on the field to play. We got to play the 11 guys they put out there against our 11, and focus at the task at hand. But I do think we want to get some of that out of the way the first day of looking around and taking pictures, and guys love to put something on their Instagram stories and things like that. But so I'd prefer to get that done the day before rather than day of.
When it goes to that game on Saturday night, you're out there defensively. You talk about the physicality that you need to match an offense, an offensive line like the Wolverines. What do you have to do defensively to set that tone?
You got to stop the run. I think that's the big thing, and a great run game can often be the quarterback's best friend. So you'd love to put a young quarterback in a lot of third and obvious passing situations, third and long, but it starts up with matching up against an offensive line that's very good. As you watch their tape, you can kind of tell their head coach is a offensive line background guy. They're physical up front. They want to run the ball. They'll still get under center some. I think that's the starting point. And in these games, you got to limit big plays. Because the games, every year you'll see some of these games that get away pretty fast from a group of 5 team, and usually that's given up 3 60-yard touchdowns in the first half. You got to make sure that you're knocking the ball down, and you're not going to break quickly, giving up 10-yard plays, but if you start giving up the 50-yard plays, then things can get away from you. So we got to really keep the ball in front of us and tackle well, and play really hard. So we're going to get guys to the ball, because when you play really good people, you're going to miss some tackles. So we got to get a lot of guys around to the ball. So if we miss the first tackle, the reinforcements are right there.
On the other side, Wink Martindale's defense is good. I mean, their last 2 games, they beat Alabama and they beat Ohio State, right? Now, it's not all the same dudes, but it's a lot of the same dudes. When you look at them, I'm going to guess what you see is they're big and physical up front.
Yeah, they're really good. I love their 2 inside backers. I think they're great players, Barham and Houseman. Their D-line is really good. Their D-ends are back. Their D-tackles graduated. Those guys are really good players, too. But their front 7 is pretty elite. I think when you play a team like this, you just got to really try to get them off balance. You got to try to zag when they're zagging and do things they don't expect, because, they're going to be a very tough team to if they know we're going to do something, if they know we're going to, be running the ball in a situation, they're going to be very tough to run against. And if they know that we're, we have to drop back and pass, they're going to be tough to pass against. So we got to do a great job of trying to keep them off balance and, try to neutralize their physicality up front.
What about you? You get butterflies on opening day. It's your first game as the Lobo head coach. It's kind of a fresh start for you. Do you get butterflies still on opening day?
A little bit. I usually get butterflies just right before the game, like when we're, half an hour out to the game, just thinking of all the different scenarios and things. But, it's mostly excitement. And, you're fired to see this team play. Football is just so tough to judge, in fall camp where you're at, because every day, the defense has a really good day. You're kind of thinking in the back of your mind, well, is that because their defense is really good or offense is not great? So, and, vice versa. So you kind of hope it goes back and forth a little bit, but you really don't find out till you play other people.
Yeah, no, you're going to get it. All right, lastly, a couple of teams in your league played this week. You got a win over an ACC team with Hawaii on the last-second win, beating Stanford. Fresno State got beat at Kansas, and a team you're going to see next week, Idaho State, gave UNLV all they needed. I know you probably watched a little football this weekend, and interesting results in your league.
Yeah, I got the chance to watch some of all those games. I didn't get to watch any of the games in entirety, but what a win for Coach Chang in Hawaii. To beat a Power 4 team. Awesome to get that game at home, but that was a heck of a win for them. And then Kansas looked good against Fresno. Fresno struggled; they didn't look too hot. Unfortunately, we don't have them on the schedule. And then, Idaho State. Coach Hawkins is a good coach. He did a good job there at Idaho State. I've coached against him the last couple of years, and that was an impressive game to go in there and play UNLV that tough. So that'll help us get our players' attention next week to not relax after coming off playing Michigan and playing Idaho State. Because if you're not ready to go, anybody in Division I can play your tail off.
Yep. All right. We'll see you. We'll see you in Ann Arbor. I think we'll see you this week as well. But always appreciate the conversation. Next week we're off on Labor Day, but hopefully we can move you over to Tuesday next week. Safe travels. Good luck against the Wolverines. Go get them. Happy game week, and we'll catch up with you during the week.
All right. Thanks, fellas. Take care. Bubbles up.
He is Jason Eck, the head football coach at the University of New Mexico. That conversation was sponsored by Eco Electric, now installing outdoor lighting to brighten and secure your home or business. Call Eco Electric at 505-433-3574. A lot in there, dude. A lot. And I enjoy conversations with him. Little bit of a muted tone in some respects. I don't know if how you judged him. Was there a little difference on game week? We'll have that conversation and talk about what he had to say next. On the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you...
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games.
Anxious will be with us right at the top of the show, 7 o'clock in the morning on Tuesdays. At least Tuesdays that are not October. Because they play like on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Not sure how we're going to do that. It's the opening drive. He is JJ Buck. I am Jeff Symbieta. All right. Good stuff in there. I don't expect anything other than we're going there to win. I appreciate that. I mean, it's, I don't need, nor do you. I don't think anybody expects, hey, we're going to go in there and try to just show up and not, yes, you're going to play every game to win. The off factor is interesting. I appreciate that this was Jack Lane just was better than James Lobstein. And the health factor, and let's just go out and see what we got. Like he said, you just don't know what you have during camp, because if the offense has a good day, you go home and say, gosh, is our defense just that bad? And the other way around. So you just don't know. Now, how much of a feel will you get? I don't know. And Idaho State may be more like you than you want to admit. You may get a good feel next week.
Yeah, you might find out a lot more than you anticipated in week 2. Still, this is a long 4 weeks ahead with just the variance of opponents. Watching Idaho State last Saturday, that is definitely going to be a challenge because you just don't know yet. It's going to take a couple weeks for the eye test for a team like New Mexico to get their footing, especially when you have 2 Big Ten opponents in the first 3 weeks, a pesky Idaho State team, and then you get to New Mexico State where you're thinking, okay, is this going to be the game you find out about yourself? It might be week 2.
Really quick. And then it gets interesting. You can respond to what Coach Eck had to say, 505-246-0610. Text line says, good interview with Coach Eck. Go Lobos. And as a Dodger fan, feeling a lot better now that we beat the Padres. Tonight, Dodger Stadium got to play the Reds. Should be another win for the Dodgers. Easy. Isn't that how you felt last week going into Colorado? Didn't you get beat twice by the Rockies last week? My kid was losing her mind. What do you mean we're losing to the Rockies? Yeah. All right, so that's all there for you, 505-246-0610. Lobo fan, how you feel about this? I get it. I'm not sitting here asking you to tell me you think they're going to win this game. It would be something if they do. It would just be terrific. They are 37-point dogs with a 49 6.5 point over under. So that Vegas is telling you they believe the score will be 43-6, 43-7, something like that, right? Isn't that what that math tells you?
The math is mathing.
Right? I think that's what that math tells me. So, whatever. Vegas sometimes knows, sometimes doesn't. When do we start 3-for-alls? We do that. That's a pro football thing, right? It's all NFL.
It can be whatever you want it to be.
It's our show, right? Mountain West this week. Boise State will open up on Thursday. They play South Florida. They're a 6.5 point favorite on the road. Does that feel like enough to you at Boise or at South Florida? It doesn't to me. Wyoming will open up on the road in the MAC at Akron. These are Thursday games. Wyoming is a 7-point favorite over the Zips at Info-Sission Stadium. That's an ESPN Plus game. And then Stony Brook will be at San Diego State. Aztecs are a 19.5 point favorite over Stony Brook. Friday, short week for UNLV and for Sam Houston. They'll both play their second game before most play their first. UNLV is on the road at Sam Houston. Rebels are a 10.5 point favorite. San Jose State opens up at home on Friday against Central Michigan. Spartans 12.5 point favorites. And then we get into Saturday. Nevada at Penn State, 44-point dog. Ah, boy. Air Force plays Bucknell at home. Michigan hosts New Mexico. This one interests me, dude. Utah State is a 6.5 point favorite at home against UTEP. I like UTEP a little bit more than most people do. They got a quarterback who is highly rated in that. I mean,
you were a number one recruit 2 years ago.
He was.
What have you done for me lately?
He hasn't played.
Because he hasn't earned it.
Right. Okay, so he hasn't earned it at those places, and now he's going to get a shot to play. And then Fresno State's a 1 point favorite at home against Georgia Southern. Arizona laying 17.5 at home against Hawaii seems like a lot. It just feels like too much. And then Washington 20 points over Colorado State. So, I don't. You don't like the kid from UTEP in that system finally getting a chance?
I am excited to see
what's
him.
His name?
Malachi Nelson get a chance to play. But I don't think just because you were a number one recruit 3 years ago, like there's going to be some time for him to figure it out at UTEP.
Where was he? At SC and Boise State, right?
Yes.
So he got beat out by Caleb Williams at USC. He got beat out by Maddox Madsen at Boise State. I mean, I'm not going to beat up a guy for getting beat out by Caleb Williams.
Number one overall pick in the NFL draft.
Yeah. Maddox Madsen, okay, but Maddox Madsen led him to the playoff. I want to see him play, and then I'll get into it. All right, 505-246-0610. We'll go to the phones as soon as we get back. Emails Jeff at sportsanalytiq.com. If you're there, stand by. I want to hear from you. Hey, you're getting engaged? Congratulations. You want the ring that she's going to love forever, don't you? But how do you know she will love that ring before you give it to her? Go to John Thomas Jewelers. They're my jeweler, and they'll be yours because at John Thomas Jewelers, they've created something called the No Regrets engagement ring. That means any ring you design or buy with them. And when you design rings, you see it in 3D. You preview it in 3D printed wax before they make it in precious metals. If she wants a different ring, she loves you, but she might not love the ring. You've got an entire year to redesign it after you propose. No penalty, even on custom-made rings. Plus, all their rings come with a free lifetime nationwide warranty. Their diamonds are hand-selected by John Thomas Jewelers in Antwerp, Belgium, which is the diamond capital of the world. It is the No Regrets engagement ring, and it is exclusively at John Thomas Jewelers. They're my jeweler. They're going to be yours. You're going to understand it the second you walk in the door. In fact, go walk in the door. They're on the third floor of the Lewis University building. On Louisiana, they're a block south of Manal. You'll see why they've been voted the best jeweler in Albuquerque for 5 straight years and voted one of America's coolest jewelry stores. It is John Thomas Jewelers, where Albuquerque gets engaged.
Brought to you by Lazy.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
The NFL, you are listening to The Sports Animal. We are your home for Monday night and Thursday night and Sunday night football in the NFL. So thank you for remembering. You're listening to 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal. 505-246-0610 is how to get here. Art, good morning. Thanks for holding. You're on The Sports Animal. How you living, Art?
I'm living well, my friend. Welcome back from Michigan.
Thank you. Thank you.
Proud of you and your daughter, brother. Good job.
Thank you very much.
I have a couple comments. One, I'm very happy for Hawaii. I hope that I know Stafford and Michigan are two different beasts. We all know that, but I hope that gives insight, just like the coach said that it's a Saturday. Line up between the lines and the best people win, right?
Yep.
But I'm very, not that I hate them out west, but I was impressed with Kansas. It's a Big 12 team, but here's these teams that are going to so-called the new Pac-12 talking smack, and here you have three of the teams that played that stayed with them out west, did what they had to do. But, I'm not trying to be facetious, but I'm glad that Fresno State, even though it's the first game, I'm glad they got a slap in the face and say, welcome to reality. You're not a bag of chips. But I hope the kids from UNM just say, hey, we just got to play. What happens, happens. But if we give it our all, just like that kid did from Hawaii on one bad leg, you never know what can happen. I'll listen in, Jeff. Thank you.
I appreciate you, Art. You never know. Look, App State did it years ago. You get one every year, right? Somebody beats somebody they shouldn't beat every year. People always say, where do you see it coming from? Well, you never do, right? That's what makes these every year the team that, comes out of nowhere that's a 30-something point dog that wins a game. You don't ever see a 30-point dog winning, or maybe you do. If it's your team, you say I saw it. Why not you? Why not you? Look, this is a tough putt. I'm not going to tell you this is something that I see coming. This is a Lobo team with 60-something new guys, right? Playing their first game in a new system under a new coach, going to a place where it's a veteran team. Their last two games, they beat Alabama and Ohio State, and a lot of those dudes are back. Yeah, you're up against it, man. Go out and compete and play hard and see what happens. Can you win? Look, 11 dudes can beat 11 dudes. Am I expecting it? I don't know that I think you are either. I'd love to see it happen. It'd be really fun. Rudy, good morning. You're on The Sports Animal. How you living?
All the Lobos are going to win, Jeff. It's in the bag.
All right.
As a guy that has gone to probably 50 Michigan football games in my life now, I've watched Michigan just punk a better Ohio State team. There's something about the Big House, just like there's something about the Pit. It's a huge home field advantage, and nobody knows that better than Jason Egg. So how does David beat Goliath? Oh, got to hit him in between the eyes with a stone. That's harder than it looks. You're going up against a really experienced offensive and defensive line. Sharon Moore is an offensive line coach. So what I'm going there to see is that I'll take the Little League game that I saw, for example. Nevada's kind of hanging around, and then just everything blew up on them, didn't it? And so if you can just hang around and not be down by 40 points and it's 40-0 going into the second half, yeah, maybe you got a shot. But what I really want to see is how UNM handles the whole game and just all the hype. And Jeff, you've been there. You know the hype. I mean, you've got the marching band. You've got thousands of people pouring in, sitting on top of you. You've got the taunts. You've got everything else. And even though Michigan fans are pretty classy compared to some other fans that I've seen, it's a huge task. So keep your eye on the prize. Get out of there without getting beat up. Get out of there without embarrassing yourself. Get out of there by scoring some points and moving the football. And who knows? I was watching the Big Ten previews last night. Have you seen the Michigan one?
No.
Okay, so Wink Martindale was spending a lot of time talking about Bryce Underwood and what they've done to try to prepare him from a defensive side. And he goes, look, the kid just turned 18. What is that? What's that code for? He's young.
Yeah.
So if there's some way you can get to him, get him on the ground, Mikey Keene's hurt. So I don't know if he's even going to play. So can an upset happen? Yeah, but I don't see it. What I want to see is the Lobos go compete and get ready for a long season. And by the way, I watched all the games this weekend because I can. I'm not married. That's a huge advantage. College football these days, you don't know anything until you start playing, right, Jeff?
Well, yeah, and let me tell you something. For Lobo fan, don't leave early. At least stay through the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth. You got to stay for Mr. Brightside in Michigan Stadium. That's an experience in its own right. That's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. So I told Fern my idea for the fourth quarter here because this is Ozzy Osbourne's town. Yep. Why don't we play Bark at the Moon and have an air guitar contest? The last minute and 30 seconds of that song is insane.
Yeah, it's kind of. I think the great stadium ones are like the great sing-alongs where everybody's singing a song, right? Or Wisconsin where they do jump, which is a great one.
Yeah.
It's almost got to happen organically. Did you see? Kind of on the same note, but on a different note. Last night, SportsCenter ran how "Sweet Caroline" became a thing. Right? It's a Neil Diamond song from the '70s. It's not a stadium anthem, but it became a thing in Boston because one of the guys in the press box, it might have been the PA guy or the stats guy, had a daughter named Caroline back in 1990 something, and so they played "Sweet Caroline" because he had a daughter named Caroline the night. They just and that became a thing, and that's how it almost feels like it's got to happen organically. You can't force it.
It does. So you experiment with stuff and see. By the way, really enjoyed the Sports Animal Birthday Bash. Finally got to meet Edward.
Yeah.
All these years, I'd never met Edward. Really cool guy. Talked to him for a while. I can see why he's out there running Intel. He's a pretty intelligent guy.
That's right. All right, man. I appreciate you.
Let's get ready and have a good time out in Ann Arbor. Jeff, can't wait to have a beer with you out there in good old Ann Arbor.
Be good times. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for being at the party, Rudy. Thanks.
Sure.
See you. All right, 505-246-0610. 888-922-0610 if you're still paying a toll. So there's this big Lobo fan, as you know, right, who said just don't get blown out, don't be down by 40. I mean, he's trying to be realistic. Go out and play. See what happens, man. Why don't you stick around at halftime and be within a score or two? What if that happens? Then you make them think a little bit, right?
Angels in Ann Arbor.
All right, 505-246-0610. When we come back, I got some NFL stuff for you. Cuts are coming in. Cuts started happening. You can get in on Micah. I got thoughts on Micah. Was Micah disrespecting his team? His teammates, his team owner? What was the message from Micah? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
This report is...
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer.
Shuck, I want to know what his ceiling is. I'm going with the rookie. If I'm Kellen, if in fact they're both kind of on the same plane. Where do you go with this?
This is one that, Rattler doesn't have the Joe Flacco, Russell Wilson. Well, we can fake it until we make it for a couple weeks because there's a veteran vibe. Is Rattler really that far ahead? All right, he's been in the league an extra year, but man, it feels like you just got to rip that Band-Aid off and go with Shuck and see what you got. And worst case scenario, you're going to be picking at the top of the draft, and Kellen Moore can then get who he wants to try to be the leader of that franchise.
I got to believe you get something this week, maybe even today, from Kellen Moore. But that's his option. And look, there was quarterbacks out there. There were trades that were made. Sam Howell just got traded again, if you want to go that route. But I don't know that does you any good as that franchise. You just drafted a quarterback in the second round. You think he's your dude. Find out if he is or not. Let's go. So that's where that is. This cuts come in. Shiloh Sanders was cut. Shiloh Sanders threw a punch in a game at Zach Davidson, the tight end of the Buffalo Bills. Then he put his hands up like, what did I do? Right? There's an exchange. Him and the tight end are going down the field. And he was being excessively blocked. I'll give you that. I mean, the tight end, Davidson's trying to make a team, and he was blocking down the field, and they were engaged, and the play ended, and Sanders threw the punch. And he got flagged. You know why? Because he threw the punch. The other guy was blocking. I don't care what your name is and who your daddy is. If you're an undrafted free agent trying to make a team and you throw a punch in a preseason game, I'm going to guess 99.5 times out of 100 you get cut. And he got cut. Drew.
I'm so tired of the Sanders stuff. Like, Shedor's being set up to fail in Cleveland. Oh, Shiloh. The guy was pushing him. And they're playing football. Of course the guy was pushing him.
So there's the Shiloh apologists out there.
It's
saying
the Sanders apologists. Like, everything is rigged against them.
So what's the argument?
Insane.
What's the argument for him throwing a punch?
Oh, the guy was pushing him. Okay.
You mean in football, the guy got pushed?
And the whistle blows, and people are still pushing each other. It happens.
I'm reading a story. Shiloh's whose fighting spirit was clearly on display Saturday night against the Bills, did not make a strong impression on Buccaneers coach Todd Bowles, one of the NFL's brightest defensive mind. Quote, Shiloh's very aggressive, very young, very hungry. He can make plays in the box, and we know he can run down and give us 100% on special teams. So this last week is going to be very important for those guys to show up. He got cut. Drew Rosenhaus is his agent, which is crazy but not, right? Hoping that he gets picked up on waivers. Somebody going to pick up Shiloh Sanders? Do I need noise around my taxi squad defensive back?
No. But it's all conspiracy theory. It's all the NFL out to get the Sanders family.
Is Shiloh that good? I kind of like Shiloh in some respect because I think he makes plays. I liked him. I mean, you just can't do that. But Shiloh's like the other one, the one that Deion always forgets. No, and Deion Jr.
The league told you something, and it wasn't just to send a message. Sanders fell to the 5th round. This dude was undrafted. This ain't Boulder.
Yep. You throw a punch in a preseason game while you're trying to make a squad, that's your differential. I'm looking at tape. Which one do I want? I want the guy who keeps his cool and doesn't throw punches. It isn't going to hurt me. I mean, it's really that simple. And with all due respect, and I think you're coming around to this, NFL coaches and teams do not want noise, period. They do not want noise around their backup quarterback or a free agent DB who's trying to make a team. They got enough organic distractions that they just don't need it. And we'll see. Give you some more NFL stuff, cuts when we get back. They're going to come in over the next couple of days. And what do I do with Kenneth Walker, damn it? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Now.
And I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient. They're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, With 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient.
The Sports Animal. Now is the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Game week for Lobos and Aggies. Fantasy football draft week for you. Tour Championship was settled yesterday in golf. Dodgers and Padres was good. The big dumpers going deep. United with a draw. What is up, boys and girls? Happy Monday. Is this the final Monday of August? It is, huh? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal. I had to put the hoodie on, dude. It's a meat locker in here.
It's cold. And
yeah. I mean, it's all right. A bald head can handle it. Just like, go like you with the hood. 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com and JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. All right, NFL cuts are coming in. The Shiloh Sanders thing has happened. He is gone. The competition for, I don't know who the Browns number 2 is. They don't know who the Browns number 2 is yet. They're not saying anything. Shiloh Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, Kenny Pickett. They're not ready to name anyone backup yet. They do expect everybody to be an option. Kevin Stefanski's their head coach. He had a press conference yesterday. He expects Kenny Pickett to be available to play if they need him in game 1 against the Bengals. Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders are there. Pickett seems to be the likeliest choice to be the backup if Joe Flacco needs a backup. Sanders was 3 for 6, 14 yards, and 5 sacks in 5 second-half possessions versus the Rams. How does this play out, man? They're not going to keep 4 active, right? So does Shedeur make the practice squad? Well, no, they can't put him on the practice squad, can they? Because if he's on the practice squad, anybody's available to go get him, right?
Dave said they're willing to keep these 4 guys on the roster.
That's 53 spots and 4 dudes are going to be quarterbacks. That means Deontay Johnson gets cut, right? I mean, they're probably one less receiver. Who's their best receiver? Jerry Jeudy, right?
Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah.
Cedric Tillman's a nice 2.
I like that. Yeah. Who's going to be their running back?
Jerome Ford.
Well, he's listed as number 1. He went undrafted in my draft yesterday.
Well, they haven't signed their second-round pick yet.
Which is who?
Judkins from Ohio State.
Yeah. People like Dylan Sampson, too. I mean, I don't know why. I watched my draft go through, and nobody picked Jerome Ford as their number 1 back. I mean, he's sitting there on waivers. What are we doing? But that's there for you as well. All right. Emails. Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com and JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Vikings signed Carson Wentz. Do you like this? Carson Wentz instead of Sam Howell, they sent Sam Howell to Philadelphia. Carson Wentz will kick around this league for another 7 years as a backup and make a check and go in and play. He won a ring. Oh, no, he didn't win a ring. He went to the Super Bowl with the Chiefs last year. I'm fine with Carson Wentz as being your backup. Aren't you?
I am fine with it. Minnesota actually thought about this a couple months ago. Then they went out there and acquired Sam Howell, went through the preseason with Sam Howell, and was like, should have got Carson Wentz.
Yeah, so we can still. And then they sent Carson Wentz to Philadelphia. They cut Brett Rippon, the former Boise State quarterback. Now, the Raiders may need a backup. Aiden O'Connell went down with a fractured wrist. He's out for 6 to 8 weeks. All possibilities are on the table right now. I mean, wherever they come from, we're looking for everywhere to see if we can find the best guy. Do they call the Browns? Is that a Kenny Pickett spot?
The Browns are not giving up Kenny Pickett.
Is that a Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders spot?
No.
All right. I don't need 4 quarterbacks, dude. I just don't. I get your situation.
Well, if you're looking for QB2, you're not looking for Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders.
All right. And Kenny Pickett's
You're
not
looking
available.
for Kenny Pickett, but I don't.
You're
think
looking for
Cleveland's
Sam
making that
Howell.
move.
You're looking for Sam Howell, right? You're looking for Brett Rippon. Maybe that's where Brett Rippon ends up. I mean, whatever. I don't know what else is available. I mean, whatever's out on the market. That's what you're looking for. You're watching the waiver wire and see who gets cut this week. Like, didn't the Rams just cut Dressel Wynn or whatever the guy's name is? Right? And that's where they're all coming from. All right, I'm watching roster cuts as they come through. Like, I mean, Ben DiNucci just got cut.
There you go, the Nooch.
I mean, he's available for you. Look, where they come. Tyler Huntley. What about Snoop Huntley? Is that something for the Raiders?
That is something.
Yeah. I mean, if you're looking, I don't know who else is looking for quarterbacks, so do you wait? Dresser Wynn just got cut by the Rams. Brett Rippon got cut by the Vikings. Adrian Martinez got cut by the Jets. Logan Woodside was cut. Nate Sudfeld got cut by the Niners. Ryan Pratt. These are quarterbacks on the market. Out of all that, your best one is what? Huntley and Rippon?
Yeah.
If you're the Raiders? But you're just waiting to see who else gets dropped, right? Over the next 2-3. When do their rosters have to be cut down by? Here, I got it for you. By tomorrow. Tuesday, August 26th.
Yeah, if you're Cleveland, you're saying, hey, we'll pick up the phone, but what do you got to offer? I don't see them moving off any of those guys right now. And it's kind of a surplus for them. Is it ideal to keep 4 quarterbacks in an active roster? No. But over the next week or so, someone could get antsy. Someone could be looking at the waiver wire and going, you know what? Actually, let's see if they'll send us one of those kids and see if there's some upside in there, or take on the guaranteed 2 something that Kenny Pickett has this season, just to have some confidence as your QB2.
I mean, in that situation, I don't know. Kenny Pickett's got some value, I think. What would you demand? What would you pay for Kenny Pickett if you're the Raiders? I need a backup quarterback. 3rd round? 5th round? What?
No.
What's he worth to you? I mean, Brian Robinson was the 6th round pick. A starting running back went from Washington to San Francisco last week for a 6th round pick. Now, I get it. This is not a running back. This is a quarterback, but it's a backup quarterback. But that's what draft picks are valued at, right? That's how much these guys value their draft picks. I watched a starting running back move.
Did you draft Ja'Cory Cross-Merritt by any chance?
I didn't. He got picked right. Well, at the top of the draft. I was taking him the next round. It was a good pick. Is he the number 1?
It'll probably be Rodriguez and Eckler to start the season, but there's a lot of value and oomph there for Cross-Merritt.
Yeah, Bill got a lot of run. What's the Cowboys backfield going to look like? We got Jaden Blue left Friday. He had an ankle injury. I don't know how bad that's going to be. I've got Javonte Williams, who can't break a tackle. I don't get that. And Miles Sanders. By when is this Jaden Blue's backfield?
When he can stay on the field.
So you think it's? I mean, all he's got to do is
play
stay
like
healthy.
what, 12 snaps this preseason,
Right. So do you think he? I don't know. I guess you haven't seen him play in the NFL, but I feel Miles Sanders' best days are behind him. I'm not sure the ceiling on Javonte Williams. I know you like him a lot more than I do. They went out. Where'd they use a pick? Third round? Where'd they take Jaden Blue?
I believe it's a 5th round selection.
Jaden Blue was a 5th round pick out of Texas. At some point, they're going to have to run the ball. They're going to have to run the ball.
That's all the new coaches talked about.
Well,
and then what do they do is bring in Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders.
That's what I'm
with
saying.
A 5th round pick. Okay.
I mean, with all the guys that were out there, and that's what you did. You didn't use a pick earlier like the Chargers did, like the Browns did, like New England did, and fill a void that you needed. I mean, you got to have someone to run the ball. And Javonte Williams is just so underwhelming. Miles Sanders had a minute. Feels like that minute's done. I don't know. Cowboys are such an enigma to me. I could see them in for a rough year. I think they've got good receivers. I think Dak can throw the ball, but you can't just always throw. Look, 1 and 2, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, really good. I think Jake Ferguson's in for a big year. Dak is fine. Dak's a quarterback. He's not a great quarterback, but he's fine. He can get the ball out.
Great for fantasy football.
Okay. Especially when you're playing from behind. Find me a quarterback that's playing from behind. Get me all them fourth quarter extra bonus garbage yards. Hell yes. Oh, he went over 300 yards. That's good. And they lost 46-15. Yeah. That's right. All right, 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com and JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. Got some reactions still to what Jason Eck had to say. If you missed him at 8 o'clock, it'll be up on our website, sportsanimалabq.com, under the opening drive or wherever it is that you get your podcast. We can get through some more of this NFL news as it comes in this morning because, well, there's a lot of NFL news this morning. And I do have some more thoughts on Micah Parsons' act on Friday. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
90.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving.
All right, so what was Micah Parsons' deal? What was the message he was trying to send? Opening drive, Jeff, JJ, thanks for finding us on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. So Micah Parsons doesn't have a deal. His owner, general manager, czar, Jerry Jones, has been going on and talking and kind of lighting up Micah. Now, we always say, I don't want to negotiate through the media, right? And it kind of feels that's what Jerry Jones is doing. Now, he's getting lit up every day, and he's tired of getting lit up every day by everybody with a microphone. So he's out saying what he's saying. And he's saying, basically, I had a deal, a handshake deal with the young man. The agent got involved, and now I'm not budging. Micah shows up, eating nachos, walking into the building. Some Falcons fan says, come to the Falcons. He says, call me. And then during the game, he lays down and closes his eyes and whatever on the training table on the sideline. So was he disrespecting his teammates, or was... I don't know how you look at this. I think Micah's teammates probably understand Micah and have respect for Micah. I think this was Micah sending his message to Jerry Jones and trying to disrespect Jerry Jones. I think Micah's literally, honestly done with Jerry Jones. Now, there's a caveat. Until Jerry Jones pays him. Right? But I think Micah's done being lit up in the media by this old man who is out there talking bleep about Micah Parsons. That's kind of what I think he was doing. I don't know where you are.
And he really is sticking it to Jerry Jones by eating nachos and laying down for 10 seconds on a medical table on the sideline. Yeah.
So what do you think he was doing then?
Acting like a child that needs a timeout. Like, go sit in the box, dude. Like, if you want to be around your team, then be around your team. Stand on the sidelines. have one of those earpieces and act like you're doing something. That was just, oh, look at me, guys. Feel sorry for me.
So, but there was intent to what he's doing. Okay, so the conclusion, he's acting like a child. But what do you think in his mind? What do you think he's doing? I think in his mind, he's sending a message. He's trying to send a message to Jerry. This is all he's got. Jerry's got the team. Jerry's got the money. Jerry's got the power to pay him or not pay him. It's Jerry. Like, what is Mike?
So if you want to have the look at me headlines, I'm going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Look at me moping on the sidelines.
That's exactly what I think he's doing.
Like the court of public opinion is already in his favor because people hate Jerry Jones, whether you're a Cowboys fan or not. It's just throw dirt on Jerry Jones. So what does Parsons gain from that the other night?
So do you think the court of public opinion swung his way or against Micah on Friday?
I think people are looking at it and going, if you want a deal done, is there any negotiation that's gone on? Have you gone back and go, hey, we had this handshake deal, and then you can say, well, Jerry's not budging. We want this. There's never been any of that. It's just, we had a conversation 3 months ago.
Right. And now all I hear is neither side is talking. Right? So I agree with you. If you want a deal done, then go back and talk. But these guys doing their talking through the media is such crap. It's everything that everybody says don't do and everything that they're doing. Edward, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hi, Edward.
Well, I had a delightful time, at the party on Saturday.
Your name got pulled out of the hopper, dude. I pulled your name out of the hopper for a prize, but you had already left. So I took it. I don't know. I give it to someone else.
You probably deserve it more than you're more willing, recipient than I am. Yeah, no. But it's always good to see people. Rudy was very engaging and kind. Rudy, if you're listening, I'm a big fan of yours. I met Isaiah. Hey, forget Micah Parsons. Sign Isaiah.
Right.
He's bigger and in better shape.
Right. And he's cheaper.
And he's cheaper. Hey, Isaiah, I will make some calls for you. I'm a man who knows people.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always good. Let me tell the people of Albuquerque or New Mexico, if you're bored on a Saturday, just go downtown. You'll see an eclectic cornucopia of events that occur. Christmas Cake, who I was with, she's like, what's going on down here? There was so many things going on. It's a pleasure to the senses downtown Albuquerque. It's like a Seinfeld episode. Yep. Larry David couldn't write better material than what you see in downtown Albuquerque.
Yep.
So I went down. It'll probably be another 10 months before I go down there. But, yeah, it was fun. I love the band. Good people. That was funny, Jeff. Did you bring cake? No, but I brought Christmas cake.
Yeah, you brought Christmas cake.
Hey, so Micah Parsons, I remember when Bruce Smith, when he anchored the Bills defense in the 90s when they went to those 4 Super Bowls, and Bruce Smith in the press said, I know the world doesn't revolve around me, but I know this defense does. I remember the guy that played for the Packers, Reggie White. I remember, the linebacker Ray Lewis. I remember the great Brian Urlacher. And those guys solidified those defenses. When I see Parsons, and he's a talent, there's no doubt, I see a defense that gets run over. Now, it's not only him. It's not just him because it's an amoeba, right? It's a collective. Mm-hmm. They're bad against the run. He doesn't show up in big games, right? Mm-hmm. Rarely. When they don't play in big games, but in the few big games they play in, he doesn't show up. He gets pushed around. He's undersized to be a D lineman. So he's more of a natural linebacker. So, and they've lost all leverage in trading him. So both him and Jerry are entertainers. And I told my friends 2 months ago, they're going to sign him the day they play the Eagles to try to steal the shine away from the Eagles ring ceremony. He'll sign 2 hours before the game. Just mark it down.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying for how long? How long I've been saying that?
Yeah. So, but anyway, your point on the Cowboys, in this year, I think we talked about it a little bit. And I just think when I told you, when the Patriots signed Mayo last year, I said he is uniquely unqualified for that role. And they're going to be the worst team in the league. And had they not played Joe Milton the last game and blown the number 1 pick, they would have been the worst team in the league. I think this coach, Schottenheimer, comes from a great lineage of his father. He's never been a coordinator in the NFL, offensive or defensive. He's never been offered or interviewed for a job before, and he lands I think he's uniquely unqualified to lead this organization. Their defensive coordinator, when he was Eberflus, when he was the coach of the Bears, they were chaos. I just feel like it's going to go sideways to downward this year for this organization, and it's kind of slipping away from them. But, if your plan is to outscore the other team by throwing the ball, we know how that ends. It's not a plan for six. You'll win some games, but you're not going to be a Super Bowl competing team. But just my thoughts that I'd share with you, and it's always great to see you. And I want to uplift the health and wellness of our friend Howard. Yeah. Most importantly, Howard, I know you're listening to your little transistor radio. Got nothing but love for you, brother. Have a great day.
See you. Yeah, Howard. I just got a note from Howard, who calls a lot. Had a little health issue, and wishing him a speedy recovery. He was listening to the radio though in the hospital. He had his little radio up on the shelf, so he was listening. Good to see everybody who was out there, by the way, and all who came out. I think everybody had a good time. That place is sweet. Had you been there before?
I have not been to that location, but I am definitely going back.
Yeah, and the eats are tremendous. It's one of my lunch spots. Ex Novo Brewery downtown, right there on 7th and Central. A great spot. And we each had a drink named after us, like a beer after us.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. Text line. Looks like the Saints have a great chance to go winless and complete the perfect season in reverse. Winless season is plus 900 on DraftKings. Are you chasing it? If the Saints can win a game, who can they beat? They will. I mean, it's the NFL. Like they're going to win a game. The rest of the roster isn't horrible. Like the Saints roster is not garbage.
They're going to beat Tampa Bay or Atlanta.
Yeah, they're going to. I mean, somewhere they're going to win a conference or a division game. Because it's the NFL, right? I just don't think their rest of their roster is that bad. I don't know how you feel about that.
I'm with you on it. I don't think they're going to win many games, but I don't. Teams that we think are going to be awful or they're going to win 1 or 2 games. You're like, they won 3 or 4 games. It's not great, but it's not 0-17.
All right, this one says, did you see Coop win another coaching championship? I did not. What did Michael Cooper win this weekend?
The Big 3?
They have coaches in that? All right, I did not know that. Who won the Big 3?
Coop.
Yeah, but like as a coach, but who were his players?
No idea.
What was his team name?
Coopers.
So no, I didn't see that, but I appreciate that. No, it's good to know. Lobo Legend continue to win. All right, 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Arch Manning is going to go and take center stage. The enormous expectations, because his name is Manning, because he plays at Texas. How do we know how good he really is? I want to get into that a little bit when we get back. Still looking for a spot for your draft? I still recommend Twin Peaks. It is spectacular. We did our draft there last year. One of them. Because, I'm in too many leagues, according to Stick. He rolled his eyes at me. Like, literally rolled his eyes at me. NFL, we're there. Now through the kickoff, go by and schedule your draft at Twin Peaks. Why? Because it's awesome. Because they'll throw you a party. Because you get a full draft kit and a $50 kickback card for the commissioner. A $5 kickback card for everyone in your league. Plus, you sip on local specials and enter to win $1,000 in cash from Molson Coors. It's a wonderful spot. All the games are on the screens as well. Everything's always up there. No one does happy hours like Twin Peaks. Whether you're into tequila cocktails, top shelf spirits, handcrafted whiskey, the Lodge at Twin Peaks has it all. Served over crystal clear ice balls and paired with 29-degree drafts. Perfect way to unwind. And if you're stopping by midday, check out their lunch combos starting at just $7.99. Enjoy savory soups, crisp salads, and sandwiches that hit the spot without slowing you down. Whether it's lunch or happy hour, Twin Peaks has the flavor and the views to match.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
Is like literally already next year's number 1 quarterback, number 1 pick of the draft, according to all these mocks. Arch Manning is the nephew of Peyton and Eli Manning. He's the grandson of Archie Manning, the son of Cooper. There's a mom, too, and there's grandmas and all that stuff. That happens. Have you seen enough Arch Manning that you are so totally convinced that he is that good? I think he's good. Is he the next savior in the National Football League?
No.
No to which answer?
He's not the next savior in the National Football League. Is he going to be good this year? Yes. Big, like competing in the SEC, good? Yes.
Okay. Is he national champion?
And I think that's entirely possible. And we've seen these guys be fantastic. I think back to Trevor Lawrence. He was darn good at Clemson. And he was anointed that. Those are things that don't go hand in hand.
I don't know how good he is. It's one of these. The sample size is so small to me. And look, if they lose to Ohio State, oh, he's a bust. And if they win, oh, he's the greatest thing ever because we're going to have a small sample size. I think he's good. I kind of root for him because I like the Manning family. Why? Mm-hmm. When Archie was here a bunch of years back, he was just great. When we had him at New Mexico Bowl, and the way he treated people, the way I'm a big fan. Like since then, I'm in. But I look at this kind of stuff, and the pressure that's put on this young man, and even Shedeur to some respect. I'm not going to sit here and pretend. Well, I don't know. I mean, the Sanders family is pretty big. The Manning family seems like they're the royal family of football, right?
They are.
What is the Sanders family?
The Sanders family is, you got the dad that like built it and established it, and then you have the kids that everyone's annoyed by and are in positions that they shouldn't be in just yet.
Maybe so they're not as good. The reason the Mannings are better is because the dad was really good on a horrible franchise back in the day. And then the next generation both won 2 Super Bowls.
4 Super Bowl championships.
Yeah. The next generation's got 4
That's
Super
crazy.
Bowls. Yeah, no, it is. It is. And now there's another generation coming up. And Cooper, by all accounts, was a pretty good wide receiver, and he had a spinal situation that shut him down when he was going to play at Ole Miss. He couldn't play football anymore. He had a condition. So, I mean, I guess that's why they're the first team of American football, or the first family of American football. It makes somewhat sense to me. But, I don't know. The pressure on this young man is insane. And I'm not sitting here telling you should feel bad for him by any means. That's not what I'm saying. I just want to see more, that's all. Because I just don't know. And we will. We'll know plenty. I get a bunch of football on Thursday, huh?
Yes, you do.
So on the plane out to Michigan, we had like a delay? We're delayed, I want to say, 4.5 hours in the Nashville airport. I know I got my favorite Nashville hot chicken restaurant in that damn airport now. I know where it is. I know what concourse it is. I know exactly where it is. I mean, it was all right this time. It's where Addie wanted to go. Again, that the same place we had last time? That was really good. Yeah. I got my spots. It's different traveling with Addie and Audra. It gets way more expensive with Audra. Cocktails are way more expensive.
Yeah, I can understand that one.
Yeah, it's a whole different travel. Let's see. All right. 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. Hey, what's going to be the norm for kicker? Like, we saw a 70-yarder in preseason. Joey Sly made a 63-yarder on Friday. Brandon Aubrey made one from 64. Cam Little hit from 70. What is field goal range now in the NFL? 60?
60?
Right? I mean, it used to be a feat. Now it's like, dude, if you can't kick it from 60, I don't know if I need you anymore.
You'd be looking for someone else that has that leg.
It feels that way, right? It's, I mean, these dudes are just bombing them. It's what I told you, man. Find yourself a kicker. How many of these games come down to the last possession, one possession? And they all do. They all, well, not all of them, but so many of them do. All right, what else you got? Jim Harbaugh said that Najee Harris is going to be ready. Najee, remember he had the fireworks incident, and it was an eye thing? He's hoping that September 5th, Chargers face the Chiefs in Brazil. Najee Harris will be ready to go. Quote from Harbaugh, Najee's doing great, going through all the medical processes, but he's on track. I think he should be able to go, hopefully, week 1. They went out, they drafted the rookie. Who's going to be the bell cow in that back? Because when they got Najee Harris, I think they thought he was going to be it, right?
Then why did you draft the dude in the first round?
And you
that makes no sense to me then.
In the first round.
Yes, they want to run. We saw it last year in multiple committees. I think it's good. That combination, Hampton and Harris, will be good for the Chargers in their ground game. Now, from a fantasy perspective, you'd love it if it was just Hampton. It definitely has more explosiveness, probably some versatility in the pass game. But just from a football standpoint, you're going to see Hampton. You're going to see Harris. They're going to pound it, even losing left tackle Slater, move Joe all over there. That's their bread and butter.
Are they wasting Justin Herbert there? I'm just like, here's a guy who, big, strong arm slinging quarterback. They wasting him.
I think they made some mistakes coaching wise, but now there's no more excuses for Herbert.
Well, right. But
coaching staff, they've invested in the offensive line. They're going to run the football, which should really give them opportunities in the pass game. Ladd McConkey's not an elite number 1, but he's a good number 1 receiver. Would you like maybe another option or two? Yes, but they're young on the outside. Trey Harris, Lambert Smith. You're asking a lot of rookie wide receivers. Try to make something there.
Give me an emerging receiver. Give me a couple. You like McConkey this year? I know everybody does.
Oh, he's locked in as a top 30, 35 pick.
What about Ricky Pearsall? With Jennings in his situation, Ayuk out, Debo gone, you've got Kittle, and to me it's Ricky Pearsall.
Yeah, I'm smashing Pearsall as a wide receiver 3 that could end up the year as like wide receiver 2 numbers.
I overdrafted him twice. Like I got hit by Yahoo saying I'm an idiot twice.
Nothing wrong with that. If you identify guys you like, you're the general manager. It is your fantasy football team.
Well, it kills me to go get 49ers. But I figure where are they going to go? Right? I mean, where are they going? If Ayuk is out for how long? And then if in fact they start getting a report, even when Ayuk comes back, I still think he tends to be
6 weeks is a long time.
Right? And
Jennings,
so,
the calf.
Right. So he ends up being your de facto number 1 there, doesn't he? I mean, Kittle will be your main target. Give me a possession receiver who can go get volume. That's what I'm looking for, especially in a PPR. Just saying. All right, we're wrapping when we get back. Everything you got to know as you go through your Monday of game week. 505 246 0610. That's the number to get in. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com and JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. You got a backyard that maybe could be better? Me too. Basic cleanup. That's a great start. That was what it is for me. You want something, though, that you can be really proud of, that you can enjoy for years? LaBarge Landscape will make that happen for you. Over 80 years of experience there, and they've been doing this for 32 years at LaBarge. They've won the hearts of customers who are dreaming about gorgeous landscapes all around our area. I called them. Love what they do. You got a good picture of what you want? Call LaBarge. Look at the job done. You don't really know what you want? Call LaBarge. Let them come out and create something that is stunning for you. They'll sit with you, show you what you could do with the space you have, give you a bunch of sketches until you got exactly what it is you want. Maybe it's a putting green, water feature, putting retaining wall. Maybe it's all those things. You can turn maybe into reality. LaBarge Landscape will make it happen. New sod, sprinkler system. LaBarge can install that. Zero escaping so you don't have to water. Yep, LaBarge handles that as well. Still a lot of good weather ahead in the Albuquerque area to enjoy the outdoors. Why? Because we live in Albuquerque. You enjoy it 12 months a year. You're going to get years of enjoyment from a landscape transformation, and you are going to love it. Don't wait till spring. Do it now and enjoy it now. I love what LaBarge does. I needed a cleanup, sprinkler, basically overhaul. I mean, my irrigation system needed a lot of help. LaBarge Landscape is who I call. Go online, look at their gallery. LaBarge, L-A-B-A-R-G-E, LaBargeLandscape.net. And then give them a call, 505-345-3000. 505-345-3000. Whether your project is small or large, the answer is easy. It's LaBarge Landscape.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to...
See the breaking news?
Scary.
He signed, Scary Terry, 3 years, $96 million for Terry McLaurin, who has been holding out for a new deal. 3 years. I don't see. Have you seen any guaranteed money on this? Because I haven't seen that anywhere. but he requested a trade. I want to trade until you pay me. Adam Schefter reported it first. The news is pretty big for them, so Jaden Daniels has his guy back. McLaurin caught 13 of the 25 touchdown passes that the rookie threw last year. 29 years old, pretty good receiver, and so he is paid. 3 years, $96 million. That's an average of $33 million a year, the way I see that, right? Pretty good money. All right, so that just went down, or it's going down now. 505-246-0610, whatever people are going to be talking about as you go through your Monday. Tommy Fleetwood won the PGA Tour Championship, the FedEx Cup Championship yesterday. First tournament he's won on tour. He gets $10 million. Scotty Scheffler finished fourth. By the way, JJ, Scotty Scheffler in the last 4 tournaments has won $10.476 million. And his yearly winnings are 23.962. It's a pretty good year. That's not counting endorsements. That's just winnings on the golf course. 10% goes to his caddy, so that's what, 2.3 million? Is that right? That can't be right. What's 23? Hold on. $23 million. So 23,962,000 times 0.10. Yeah, the caddy made $2.4 million. Although he missed the last couple tournaments, so he lost some big paydays. $2.3 million to be caddy. JJ, you in?
I am in. I'll read greens like crazy.
That's right. I'll clean your clubs. That's right. So people are going to be talking about that. Chinese Taipei won the Little League World Series. They beat the team from Henderson, Nevada. Dodgers beat the Padres yesterday. Shohei Ohtani hit his 45th home run, then had it out with a heckler. Dodgers avoid the sweep. They are even with the Padres going into this week. Dodgers go home for the Reds. Cal Raleigh hit 2 home runs yesterday, 48 and 49 for the big dumper. Seattle's catcher now breaks the single-season home run record for a primary catcher that was held by Salvador Perez before that. New Mexico United go to Louisville and have a 0-0 draw with Lou City. Over the weekend, UNLV was a winner, 38-31 in college football over Idaho State. Hawaii 23-20. They beat Stanford on a last-second walk-off field goal. And Fresno State got beat at Kansas 31-7. Lobos open up the season on Saturday in the Big House at Michigan. Bryce Underwood, the highly touted freshman, will be the quarterback for the Wolverines. Aggies will play Bryant. They open the season down in Las Cruces at Aggie Memorial Stadium on Saturday as well. Tony Sanchez, the New Mexico State head football coach, will be with us tomorrow morning when we start at 7 a.m. And if you missed Jason Eck, the Lobo football coach, that'll be available for you wherever you get your podcasts. Go to our website, sportsanimалabq.com. Click on the opening drive. It'll be available for you after the show today, and you can listen to what Jason Eck had to say. Did I miss anything big that everybody's going to be talking about as we go? Oh, and Shiloh Sanders threw a punch at a tight end and then got cut.
And it's all a conspiracy for the Sanders to not get what they want in the NFL.
Is that really a big talk?
Dude, people are just nuts online. When Stephen A. Smith says it,
so
amplifies it for
Stephen A. Smith.
They're setting up Shedeur Sanders to fail in Cleveland. That narrative's out there.
They're the only ones who drafted him, man.
Shiloh Sanders punches someone like, but the dude was pushing him. Okay, it's football. You get pushed. You don't punch everyone that pushes you, even if it's like a few seconds after the whistle.
By the way,
and you're an undrafted dude.
You don't
roster cutdowns coming. You ain't nothing special.
You don't throw a punch at a dude's head who's wearing a helmet. That just every undrafted rookie who throws a punch at a guy in a game gets cut. And how is it a conspiracy? The Browns set him up to fail. They're the only damn team who drafted him. Did anybody else draft him? Did I miss that?
No, he just decided to show up in Cleveland. Thought that would be the best path.
Yeah, but they drafted a quarterback before him. And so they set him up to fail. There's 4 quarterbacks in camp. If he was that damn... Let me just tell you this again. And I will sit on this principle until you put me in a box. Every coach's job is to win. Okay? Every coach in the National Football League, their job is on the line. They have to win. And every coach of the National Football League is going to put out the players who best enable them to win, who give them the best chance to be victorious. Because if coaches don't win, and even sometimes if they do, they get fired. Right? And so if Joe Flacco at 40 years old is a better quarterback than 22 or 3-year-old Shedeur Sanders, Joe Flacco's going to play. And if Dylan Gabriel's better than Shedeur Sanders, he's going to play. And if Shedeur Sanders is better than them all, he's going to play. And so what they did is in the 5th round, Shedeur was sitting there and somehow he's set up to fail because he was going to go to a better situation now in the 5th round. They threw him a line. And yeah, now he's got to compete with 3 other dudes. But I'm going to tell you this. If Shedeur Sanders was the best quarterback on that roster, Shedeur Sanders would be playing. You know why? Because that coach wants to win football games to keep his damn job.
They wouldn't still be dragging along Kenny Pickett going, oh, we hope he's ready for week 1. If Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders was really impressing everyone in camp.
That's correct. Oh, that's right. But no. Everything's set up. Why is it set up against, like let me just tell you something. Here's the other thing. If you got Shedeur Sanders and he lights it up and he's your quarterback, dude, you kind of become America's team in some respects for a while.
It gets the people going.
Yes. The buzz that goes around your team, if that dude is that dude, if he becomes that, that's everything you want. What you don't want is a bunch of noise around a backup quarterback. So he's set up for failure. How? Because you didn't draft him with a top 5 pick? Tell me how that wouldn't have set him up for failure. Tell me how if he goes to the Giants instead of Jackson Dart and you start him instead of Russell Wilson and throw him out there and get his ass kicked. Or if the Steelers would have drafted him instead of Aaron Rodgers, picking up Aaron Rodgers, and he goes out and he's not good enough to lead them to what they think they are. So everybody in this league undervalued Shedeur and set him up for failure? That's what they're yelling at me? Please stop. Please, everybody, there is nothing more overanalyzed than the National Football League, right?
That is correct.
But yet everybody missed. Okay. All right. Thank you to Jason Eck. The Lobo football coach was with us today. You can listen to that on our podcast. Tony Sanchez, Aggie football coach, will be with us tomorrow starting right at 7 a.m. The Herd with Colin Cowherd is next. The Jim Rome Show is after that. 2 Men On steps in at 4. Then we return with award-winning radio tomorrow morning. We will do so at 7 a.m. Adrian, great work. Thank you for putting us on TV. He's JJ Buck. I am Jeff Symbieta. Big day for you.
Huge day.
Enjoy it. Hey, be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.
Thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into